What's up, you guys? My name is Daniel, and on this channel, we talk about personal finance with a focus in the stock market to grow our wealth. In today's video, I'll be bringing you a review on Questrade, and this is probably my favorite Canadian brokerage as it has the cheapest commission fees to buy US and Canadian stocks. Well, except for Wealthsimple Trade, but really this is the best platform to buy US stocks. If you guys already know that you want to open up a Questrade portfolio, check out the description down below, as that link will give you $50 in credit towards commission fees. And that's basically 10 free trades right there. And if you guys are wondering why I still use TD instead of Questrade as my main brokerage, the reason is because I started out with TD, and to port over to Questrade takes quite a long time. It takes anywhere from 2 to 6 weeks, and in that time period, you're not able to make any trades. And as well as, I don't know if the details, if I'm able to move all my shares over, and what kind of fees I'm going to incur by shifting the portfolio over. But it's definitely not going to be cheap if the fees are there. However, Questrade does cover up to a certain amount in terms of fees. It might be somewhere around the $150. So if you guys have a smaller portfolio with maybe 5 to 10 companies, it might be worth shifting over from that platform to Questrade, because in the long run, you will save. Without further ado, let's jump right into it. So if you guys click on the link down below in the description, this is a page that will lead you to. So this is Questrade's front page, and here you can see there's a couple different options in the menu bar. Self-directed investing, pricing, resources, about us. So first, we're going to be taking a look at pricing. So you can see there's 3 different pricing models, or really 3 different types of accounts. They have their self-directed package, their active trader package, and their Quest Wealth portfolio pricing. So most of you will be signing up for the self-directed investing pricing if you haven't done so already, because most of you are not active day traders and you're not making like 5 trades a day. So likely you won't be taking advantage of their active trader pricing, which is a lot cheaper, but you also pay a monthly fee. So if we go to the self-directed investing pricing, we can see the pricing for this plan. So you can see the trading fees per stock is as low as 1 cent per share, but note it's a minimum of $4.95 and a maximum of roughly $10. ETFs, it's free to buy. However, if you're selling, it's 1 cent per share minimum. For ETFs, it's free to buy. However, if you want to sell, it's 1 cent per share with a minimum fee of $4.95 up to a maximum of $9.95. And then for options, you have a fee of $9.95 as a base fee plus $1 per contract. So if you're buying 1 contract, you're going to be charged $10.95, and for 2 contracts, $11.95, and so on. Then there's a few other things that you can buy here, and it just lists the fee for those, but most of you who watch this channel are probably just stock market investors, so if you're interested in finding out these other things, you can take a look on the website yourself. Now, taking a quick peek at the active trader pricing, we can see that the commissions are a lot lower. While they technically have the same commissions at $4.95 per trade, however, they do have this variable account, which is probably good for those of you who are trading smaller amounts of shares, where it's 1 cent per share at a minimum of 1 cent. So basically, if you're buying like 10 shares, you'll be paying 10 cents. So if you're not trading high volumes and you want to day trade, this is probably the best account for you. And then with that, you also have to buy their advanced US data package or their advanced Canadian data package. And this will cost you $89.95 US for the US package, and the Canadian package is $89.95. However, if you're a day trader, honestly, just use the US package because no one does day trading on the Canadian markets unless it's a holiday in America. So right now, we've jumped into my account on Questrade, and I created this account a couple weeks ago and haven't started investing in it yet because I wanted to make this Questrade review before doing so. So you can see here that I have a total cash position of $1,000. I have no equities, and this is a total, I guess, equity in my account, which is $1,000. We can see that you have an unrealized gain and losses in both Canadian and US dollars here. And down below, we have the accounts. So I currently only have a margin account. I could open an RSP and a TFSA account, but currently I have those in my TD portfolio. And I still use TD mainly because I started on that portfolio 3 years ago when I started doing some active investing. And I just haven't gotten around to switching over to Questrade. Plus, TD is a little bit nicer in terms of the layout of the platform, as well as I can transfer money from my bank account into the TD Direct Investing account instantly. Versus Questrade, when I fund this account using this funding tab, it actually takes roughly 1 to 2 business days. So on this page here, it shows you how you can transfer funds from your bank account into Questrade. And there's 3 simple steps. Just go to your financial institution's website. You don't even have to go down here. Just log into it in the search bar above. And then when you log in, you want to make a bill payment and add Questrade as a payee. And after that, you can use a Questrade account number, which is just found down below here, which I've actually blurred out just for privacy. And after that, you just have to enter in the amount. This is just the amount that you want to transfer into Questrade. Now jumping over to the reports tab, there's 6 different types of reports that you can see here. There's an investment summary, investment return, and the rest of them down here. So for taxes, tax slips, you definitely want to check that out during tax season. Trade confirmations, this will tell you if your trade has gone through or not. Your statements, these are just monthly statements that you can see about your account. Then there's account activity, so this will show you all your deposits, your withdrawals, your trades, your dividends. So it's similar to Wealthsimple Trade where they have an activity tab as well. Then you can see investment returns, which I'll click into right here. And this is just a summary of your account. So you can see your account since inception in years or in months. So right now in this account, I haven't done any activity, so I don't have any sort of investment returns for you guys to see. You can also export to Excel if you guys like to spreadsheet all your investments, which is a nice feature. And in the investment summaries, this just gives you a quick snapshot of your portfolio. So it shows you how much cash you have in Canadian dollars, US dollars, and the combined amount in Canadian dollars. And down here it shows you the allocation. So you can see that I have cash only in this account, but if I actually bought securities, it would likely show me stocks and bonds. I haven't actually figured this out yet, but I'll give you an update when I start buying shares in this portfolio. As well as down below, you can see all the different investments that you have in your portfolio, but currently I don't have any, as I said before. So down here, there's nothing listed there. As well as the neat feature here is that you can see there's an FX rate. So this is the exchange rate as of July 10th, 2020. So the US dollar to Canadian dollar exchange rate. So to the right of reports, we have account management. And here are the different options that you can select from if you go into this tab. I won't actually go into detail about each one just because it's probably not that interesting to you guys who are looking to open up a Questrade account, but if you do, you can check them out. And then there's also requests. So you can request to exchange funds, transfer investments, withdraw funds, corporate actions, and exercise options. I won't go into details for these as well, just for the interest of time. So that basically sums up the accounts tab, which you'll see right up here, but we can switch over to trading, and this is where all the trades happen. So in the trading window here, you can see there's different options along the left side. So you can have watch lists, you can see stocks, there's options that you can purchase, and then there's a research tab and alerts. Now we're here on the accounts page, and this is what it looks like. So you have an open profit and loss, the percentage of profit and loss for the day. You can see all those different statistics of the account. So you can see the total equities in Canadian dollars as well as in US dollars when it gets switched over. As well as up top here, you can see there's different tabs. So you can see the positions that I have right now, which I don't have any. You can see the orders, which I actually have one order of the DLR.to, and the executions, whether the orders got executed or not. But today hasn't started yet as I'm filming this around midnight, and the activity in the account. So you can see that I've connected and disconnected. So activity tab isn't that important. Maybe if the executions happen, then you can get some interesting activity here. In my opinion on this accounts tab is it's not as intuitive as looking at TD Direct Investings. So I really like the TD Direct Investing UI and the UX behind the whole thing just because it's a lot more intuitive, makes more sense. Whereas Questrade is a little bit more cluttered and hard to understand because I can't really figure out in my account how much US or Canadian dollars I have because it shows all in US and all in Canadian. But once I switch my funds over from Canadian to US, I'll actually be able to tell, and I might give you an update on that if you guys are interested in that. So let me know in the comments down below if you want to see that or not. One thing about this balances page versus the TD Direct Investings, I would say TD Direct Investing is a lot more user-friendly compared to Questrade's. So for the watch list, I actually created 2 watch lists here. I have a Canadian watch list and US watch list. So if we go into the Canadian, these are all the different stocks that I'm watching in my Questrade portfolio. And if you want to edit these watch lists, go into this triple dot right here, and you can edit the watch list, or you can manage watch lists, which allows you to add a new watch list. So on the right side of the screen here, you'll notice a tab saying order entries. So here you can actually place your orders for whatever stocks you want to buy. So in today's video, I'll be showing you how to buy a fund, and I'll actually be doing this live. So I'll be purchasing DLR, which is the fund that allows me to exchange Canadian dollars to US dollars using Norbert's Gambit. This DLR fund might actually be an ETF, so there might not be any commission fees, but we'll find out. So currently I have $1,000 in my account, and if we check out the calculator, how much can I buy for $1,000? The price is $13.76, let's say. So I can buy about 72 shares. So I'll be exchanging my $1,000 into American dollars because whatever I'm trading that's Canadian, I'll be doing in my WealthSimple portfolio. So I'm going to put a quantity of 72, a limit buy of $13.76, just to make sure that this trade goes through tomorrow. And for the duration, I'll be selecting GTD, which I believe GTD is good till date. And this date will be tomorrow, which is the 14th of July, 2020. So we see GTC, if you hover over top, you can see what it actually means. So this order will remain open until fulfilled or manually canceled. And then there's the other options, GTEM, IOC, FOK. If you're interested in what those mean, you can just do a quick Google search. And down below, you can select the account. I only have one account. And then you click the buy button, and then you have this confirmation. So you can see that I'm only going to be paying 25 cents in commissions. And I think that this might be because I'm buying an ETF, but I'm not quite sure. I'll let you guys know if I find out why I'm being charged 25 cents, because I think this is an ETF and I should be charged 0 to buy, and I'm only charged when I sell. But anyways, I'll be sending the order through, and that will complete tomorrow. And if you guys are interested in watching me do the Norbert's Gambit, you can check out my next video that will be coming out on Questrade. So now that order went through, let's check out the stocks tab. So in the stocks tab, you can actually search up symbols. So here I have meet.cn open, but if you want to search up a symbol like Square, which I talked about in a previous video, you can do so, and I'll show you the charts for Square. You can see all the different metrics. So this is basically how you can do some quick research on stocks that you're interested in buying. However, I wouldn't suggest using the Questrade platform. I'd probably use something else like Yahoo Finance, which is a bit more user-friendly in my opinion. As well as we can see the options tab here. In the options tab, we can search up different options. So let's take a look at Square's options. So here you can see the different expiry dates. The 10th of July, which is over already. The 17th of July. So these are all your different options that you have for Square stock. And this is the strike price, and these are your calls, and these are your puts. So if you're interested in looking a bit more into options, I'll probably put out a video later on down the road about options, but let me know in the comments down below if you're interested in that. So that pretty much wraps it up for this tab on stocks, options, and ETFs. You can also trade FX, as well as mutual funds, precious metals, fixed income, and IPOs. For me, I won't be using any of these except for maybe the IPOs, but likely not because you need to actually purchase $5,000 worth of the IPO. But if I build up this account to a large enough value that I can deploy $5,000 at once, I will be showing you guys if I buy IPOs. But for fun, let's just click on the IPOs tab and see what's in there. So in the IPO tab, this is just what it leads you to. We can actually see pricing for this. So let's open this in a new tab. So for pricing wise, you can see the commissions that it costs to buy ETFs for IPOs. It's actually free as a minimum, and you have to purchase $5,000 worth at least. So that might not be a bad idea if you guys want to purchase IPOs. Let me know how it goes if you guys have experience purchasing IPOs on Questrade, because I'd be interested in knowing as well. And we can go to the IPO center just for kicks. And here we can see that there's there are IPOs happening. So interestingly enough, you can actually buy Drone Delivery Canada, which has some equity coming on the market. And this will be added, or it was added today as of filming. So let's just click on buy for fun. And you need a self-directed account. I am a client, so let's log in. And let's say I want to spend $5,000, submit. Okay, I'm not going to confirm this order, but this gives you an idea of how to buy an IPO if you're interested in doing that. There's a few other windows that you can access in the top left of your screen. There's other platforms, market research, and learning center. So the learning center is just basically a couple of video tutorials or articles on how to use Questrade and do different things like options trading or FX trading. Market research is a little bit confusing when I went into there, and honestly I would not recommend using the market research as it didn't seem to be very user-friendly. But basically you can generate some PDF reports in there, which I can just quickly show you right now. So in this tab here as it loads, so now we're here in the market research tab. You can search up some stocks here on the left. So let's search up Square. So it doesn't actually show a drop down, but it just updates this list. So you can find Square here and click that check mark and create investment detail report. And I want to launch this, yes. And it's generating the report right now. So this is what the report looks like for Square. It's a fairly detailed report for you guys, and honestly, it might be a little bit overwhelming if you're a beginner investor. So maybe stick to Yahoo Finance for a bit more of a snapshot of the company. But if you want to do a deeper dive, it wouldn't hurt to definitely take a look at this report. And if we scroll down, it shows you like quarterly results, close competitors, although, they're missing PayPal as a close competitor, or even Shopify. So I wouldn't really rely on that tab for close competitors. And down below, there's a bit more information on the stock. I haven't fully read through one of these reports, but feel free to do so if you guys do open up a Questrade account. So in summary for Questrade, the main reason why I like it is because of the lower commission fees compared to the big 5 banks who offer different brokerages and charge a commission fee of $10 versus $5 for Questrade. But other than that, I would say the UI for Questrade is kind of mediocre compared to TD Direct Investing, which I'm very used to right now, and I really like their UI as it's a lot more intuitive versus Questrade's. And also the research tab for Questrade is not as useful compared to TD Direct Investing or even just Yahoo Finance. If you're looking for a brokerage that gives you more services or extra add-ons other than just pure trading stocks, I definitely would not recommend Questrade, but for most of you who are watching this, definitely I think Questrade would suit your needs for buying US securities. And for Canadian securities, as I mentioned before, you can use Wealthsimple Trade for that. So if you guys are interested in opening up a Questrade account, definitely check out down below in the description. You can use that link and you get $50 in credit towards commission fees. So that's basically 10 free trades on Questrade. And as always, remember to smash that thumbs up button, the subscribe button, the notification bell, and leave any comments down below with any questions you have or comments that you have related to Questrade. And I'll be happy to answer all the comments that require answering. Keep at the grind and have a great day.